I was gonna say the beautification did not start here. Welcome, everybody.
Hello.
I think we have a couple of commissioners who are still going to be here. Hi, Alicia. Hi, Pat.
Howdy
And
doody.
We don't.
welcome, Carolyn.
Hello.
I know Laura isn't going to be able to make it tonight, but
Okay.
I know Shelley will be here.
She not, let's see.
Print these real quick.
She's coming. Oh, wait, I see.
Okay.
Yesterday.
Maybe we'll give it a second or two.
Yeah, she's asking for the password.
It should be on the agenda.
It is.
Give her a second since she'll be taking the minutes. Did anyone hear from Barb or Armin? I did not.
I just texted Armin.
Okay.
Okay. And I talked to Barbara. It was her intent to be at the meeting tonight. She did say that if her brother had need of the computer, she might not be able to join us. That's the last I heard, but I know it was her intent to be a part of the Zoom meeting.
Fair enough. Excellent. Barb's usually really respectful about telling me that she definitely does not plan to attend. So I figure either it is she's coming
Armin will be
or
here.
something happens.
Armin will be
Perfect.
joining us shortly.
Fantastic.
Yeah, she got
Zoom is a
stuck
little
in
bit
the
sticky.
computer updating before logging in phase.
They're done that.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Right. Welcome, Councilman Robson.
Hello, Councilman Robson.
Hello, everybody.
Hey
Hi,
there.
Good to see you.
Actually, I gotta show you something, Councilman. Check this out. This has been in my house forever. It was my grandmother's home before it was mine. And right here by the phone, not the phone, where the phone used to go, you know, like this little box.
Mhm.
She's
Oh,
got
that's
this
amazing.
thing.
Oh, look at that.
What's in there?
Jim Robson for city council.
No way.
Oh, that's great.
That's all.
amazing.
Wow. Fantastic.
Oh, we can
Those
add show and tell to the beautification commission meeting.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Awesome.
probably been there for 30 years, right? No, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Wow,
Wow. That's pretty cool.
it is.
That's amazing.
Well, I'm just happy to be
Pretty
here
cool
tonight. Thank
indeed.
everybody for what they do on the Beautification Commission. I thought it's high time I stop by and say hi, and I thank you for everything you all do.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. We're happy to have you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good to see you, Jim.
Good to see you too.
I think as soon as Shelley comes on, we'll call the meeting to order.
She's admitted.
I'm admitting her. The settings have changed.
Oh, Barbara Miller, Armin, and
Barb
Shelley.
and Shelley,
There we go.
it's like magic.
All right. I think we have everyone.
Wonderful. Hello, hello, hello.
Everybody's here.
Mhm.
Shelley, I'm about to call the meeting to order, but I wanted to give you a second. I know getting on was a little bit tricky.
Okay,
Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
okay, I'm ready, but I don't know how to make the picture go.
Yeah.
Click the little video icon at the bottom.
So is Jim Robson with us tonight?
He
Yeah.
is.
Yes, he just
Hey,
said
Jen.
hello. Brad just gave us a great show and tell of his card and his little phone box.
Hello, Barb Miller. How are you? Good to see you, Barb.
Who said that? Jim?
Jim Robson.
Good to see you. Long time. And hello to everybody else. It's good to see all of you.
Good to
Hello.
see you too. I'm gonna go ahead and call the meeting to order at 7:07.
Okay.
I believe everyone is here except for Laura Orm, who notified me ahead of time. She's under the weather, but she'll be back. I'm not worried about that. Oh my goodness, me and my mistakes on the minutes. Approval of the January minutes, which I sent out to you. As February minutes on the agenda, it should say approval of the January minutes. Did everyone have a chance to look at it, or would you like a few minutes?
Kim, I noticed what I think is
No problem.
a typo. And darn,
The
of
minutes
course, I
are
don't
my
have them in
agenda.
front of me. We'll forget my typo because I don't have the minutes in front of me.
Do you remember what it might have been about?
It was at the very end of the minutes, and it said something about to child, and I think child should have been children, but I don't, it was towards the end of the minutes.
Oh, it's under old
yes.
business, item C.
No,
Participate in a program to interest children on beautification. Unless we only get one.
you can have more than one.
All right, perfect. Anything
already
else?
know.
Anyone?
Sorry.
You already know of at least one?
4.
Oh, 4, I love it. So we can automatically change that to children.
Yeah.
Kim,
Pat?
I
Mhm.
was so thrilled with the civic award you gave for Larry Deck,
Mhm.
but it's nowhere in the minutes.
Oh, because I know we talked about it.
We did.
I think we talked about it before the official meeting started.
Yes,
Yeah.
That may have been, but we probably should.
it will be in
Actually,
this
we
minutes.
talked about it. Yeah, we talked about it during the meeting as well, but I know the big part was before the meeting. So
Okay.
yeah, I definitely would like to add that in. That's good. Unless you want to add it in this meeting. Either way, it's fine with me.
It'll be in this minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll definitely insert that. Does that work for you, Pat?
That's fine,
Personally,
whatever.
I think it's-
I think you would like to make it a part of the formal minutes, either for last month or this month, whatever you choose.
I completely agree. Absolutely. We'll definitely make that part of the formal minutes. Anything else?
Thanks,
Okay.
Kim.
Saving anything else? Do we have a motion to accept the minutes as amended?
Motion.
So moved.
Approved.
So Lisa is number 1.
Who's
I
my
second. Brian Coulter, seconds.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right. And it's pass as amended.
Go lie down. Go lie down.
Okay. So first of all, I want to congratulate everyone who re-upped their membership on their commissioner position. Brad, Ann, Armin, so happy that you guys decided to return. We've been so very lucky to have you as part of the commission for the last many years for some of you and a few years for others, and you just really kind of revitalized things a lot. So very, very excited to have you confirm that you want to still be part of this. And then I also wanted to welcome our new members. I thought before we ask them to introduce themselves, perhaps we could all introduce ourselves. I've had a chance to chat with them, but I know everyone else has not. So they know who I am. If everyone can just say hello and who you are to Carolyn and Nicholas, and then we'll ask Carolyn and Nicholas to introduce themselves. That would be great. So maybe we'll start with Brian and Lisa.
Okay, you go first.
Hi, welcome to the commission. I'm Brian Coulter, the city forester for Grosse Pointe Park.
I'm Lisa Kyle, and I'm the vice chair.
Alicia.
Hi, I'm Alicia Klein. I live on Whittier.
Brad.
Hi, Brad Etheridge. I live on Berkshire.
Vikas.
Hi, I'm
Hi,
Pat
guys.
Deck, and I'm actually now the senior most member of the commission.
Yeah.
And I live on Bedford, and I'm also very involved with the Beautification Council of Southeastern Michigan and keep Michigan beautiful.
Thank you, Pat. Who wants to go next?
Hi, well, I'm Barbara Miller. I live on the corner of Bedford and St. Paul, and I welcome you to the commission. It's good to have new blood.
I should add Barbara's dates on the roster, and I know Nicholas and Carolyn, you got the roster today, are misleading because Barbara has been on the commission for a much longer time.
Actually, I've been on the commission since 1989, when I was appointed by Mayor Heaney.
So her date reflects her reappointment, but she was an integral part of the commission for a very long time. Anne, want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Ann Ballou and I live on Westchester and I'm a committee member, and welcome both of you.
Shelley.
Hi, I'm Shelley Hansen. I live on the corner of Lake Point and Verner, and I'm the recording secretary. Welcome to our club.
Because
Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Nicholas. Good to see you guys here. Welcome to government. We appreciate your volunteering for this commission, and I can vouch. I've been on this for about a year, just over a year, and this is a really, really great group of people. It's nice to know that we have this kind of commitment from volunteers in this sort of action. So you guys are gonna have a great time. Welcome.
Armin.
I'm Armin, and I have a ton of technical issues going on right now.
Okay.
So I'm trying to go between phone and laptop, and it's just not working. So I'm Armin. I live on Pemberton, and happy to be here. Welcome.
Thanks, Armin. I wanted to give both Nicholas and Carolyn a chance to quickly introduce themselves. So I'll start with Carolyn.
Hello, everyone. I'm Carolyn. I think I've been residing out here for about 10 years. I have a 13-year-old daughter, Angela. She goes to Pierce now. She went to Trombley. Some of you guys might, I think, because I think Angela and one of your children, they went to Trombley together, so you might have seen me there.
Yeah, yeah,
a
and
couple
she's in
years
7th
ago.
grade, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
She's. I miss her. Tell her I said hello.
I will. I'm just happy to join, and I have some training in floral design, so I know like a lot about flowers and things like that. So I'm just happy to join the committee, and thank you for the warm welcome from everyone.
You're welcome. Carolyn knows 100% more about flowers than I do. How about that? Nicholas, go ahead and take the floor.
Hi, everybody. I'm Nicholas. I live on Lake Point, and I think I've been in the park for about 5 years now. I am just looking to get involved in local government, and I thought volunteering for this commission would be a perfect first step. So I'm excited to be here. I don't have any formal knowledge or education about plants, but I do garden a lot, and my house is filled with them. So I kind of have a natural green thumb, and hopefully that will help a little bit.
Nicholas also probably has 100% more experience than I do. Anyway, all right. Thank you so much. We're so happy to have you aboard. We're so happy that so many of you guys came back. So I'm really excited for the upcoming year. I did promise a schedule. Yes.
Brian Coulter here. Sorry to interrupt, but I think I should let everybody know it's a new city policy that all commissions and committees are being recorded. So all these meetings, so whatever, let everybody know that.
Thank you, Brian. I really appreciate that. I forgot to announce that from the start. I really appreciate that. Awesome. So after we all do our introductions and I know I promised a 2021 schedule. We're still finalizing a couple of dates. It's a funny thing with the whole Zoom thing. I thought we sort of had our dates locked in terms of not only our events, but our meetings. But with Zoom, we can only have one meeting per night. And we're not grandfathered in apparently to the dates that we have traditionally always had. So I don't want to give you a schedule that isn't going to be accurate. I'm still working on a few dates. The one question I really did have for you, Pat, it looks like I was trying to shoot for April 21st, so you'd have plenty of time with the posters for the Arbor Day
Yes.
thing. The 21st is taken. So I wanted to find out from you whether doing the 14th is going to be too tight to keep it on a Wednesday, or whether I should try and shoot for just another day that following week. The same week as the 21st, but not Wednesday.
Yeah, I think that would be better, Kim, because, you know, we need to give the kids enough time and we need to work it all in with Easter break and all the rest.
Right.
Have not worked out all those details yet, but now that the kids are back in school, I think the poster contest will run hopefully a little bit more normally than it did last year, and hopefully the seedling distribution as well will go more smoothly. Basically, we had a non-seedling distribution last year because of all of the fears involved with touching anything. But I do need to talk to the principals at the schools, and if you might give me a week to work out those details, I should be able to give you a better date. I will say, in the past, we have met the same week, but on a different day, other than a regular commission meeting. So if that works, that's also fine. You know, in other words, it doesn't have to be a full week later. It can be that same week on a different day. And we just manage as best we can around that.
Okay, I think I will shoot for that same week that we were originally shooting for. So originally I was shooting for the 21st. So I might shoot for the Thursday, the 22nd, or Tuesday, the 20th, if that works for you.
Yes, those dates would be fine.
Okay. All right, perfect. That was really the
But I will get back to you once I've talked to the school officials to make sure everything is still a go.
Okay.
Kim, you're muted.
Yeah.
That was because my husband came in and the dogs went insane. So I was sparing you all. Sorry about that. I will finalize those final 4 dates. The dates that were in question were April, May, and November and December. So our date that we originally had for March is standing. We already have that reserved. So we are definitely meeting on Wednesday, March 3rd, the first Wednesday in March. But I will get that to within the week, if not the next 24 hours. So, okay. Wonderful. Sorry, my switching screens is not working as fast as I would like. Okay, updated roster. Did everyone get the updated roster?
Yep.
Yes.
Do I have anything inaccurate on the updated roster? Everything is good with everyone's information? Okay. Excellent. That is definitely not something that we distribute widely, so feel free that your information is secure, but I feel that the commission should have that information. Here we go. Correspondence. Do we have any correspondence, Brian?
I received no written correspondence.
I did not either. Anyone else here have any particular correspondence?
There might be somebody as a guest that might have some verbal correspondence for us.
Yes, I was going to then ask for, and we've never really had this as part of our agenda because honestly, we haven't had a lot of guests, but we are going to start taking public comments. So if we have someone who would like to make any public comments, this would be the right time at this point until we determine where that needs to go on our agenda. Do we have anyone from the public with comments? I know we have a few people here. I know we acknowledge
someone.
It looks like Anna has her hand up.
Anna?
Yep.
Feel
She should
free
be able
to unmute and make your comment at this time.
Thank you. Hi, thank you. This is Anna Signorino calling. I've had the pleasure of working with our forester, Brian Coulter, for some time, and I've got a tremendous amount of respect for him. There was an issue in Patterson Park regarding some diseased trees that were taken down, but it seemed to the residents of Grosse Pointe Park that the trees in Patterson Park were also cut down because they were making way for the dog park that was coming in. So my question, I guess my public comment would be that we did have a donation of $125,000 to make a dog park. A typical dog park is a lot more expensive. We're talking between $350,000 to $500,000. So what I see with this dog park that's going in from Backers Landscaping, who has decided that they would donate the materials and the labor, is really a low-end dog park inside of our really high-end park. So I'm a little bit disappointed by that. City Manager Nick Seisland has no idea what the fence is going to look like. We got a revised design that is very different than the design that was presented to City Council in September of 2019. It was promised that we would have a botanical garden and a dog park, but I don't feel, based on the design, that it really is a botanical garden. It seems like they're really cutting some corners with a really cheap fence. I took a picture of that. I shared it with some folks. So they promised to have a better fence. I'm asking for not Nick Seisland or Chad, but somebody more on a professional level like Brian Coulter, if he could take a look at it and how we can really ensure that if a dog park goes inside Patterson Park, that it is beautiful, like what we expect as residents in Grosse Pointe Park, that it is sustainable. And also, Brian, I'm hoping that you can look at the design and come up with a cost analysis of what it's going to cost the city to maintain that half acre of land inside Patterson Park, resodding, adding more shrubs as they become diseased or just not doing well because of the dog urine that's going to be in there. And also another question that I have for you, Brian, is with 100 dogs having a dog park pass inside Patterson Park, does that affect our grass and the plantings that we have as they're able to go whenever they want, piddling all over? So those are some of my comments. I do think that Patterson Park is one of the most beautiful places, and my family and I spend a lot of time there. I just want to ensure that it is still a beautiful area where we can go and enjoy, and it meets the expectations of the residents of Grosse Pointe Park. Thank you.
Anna?
Yes.
Are you open to any questions yourself?
Yes.
Or comments?
Yes, absolutely.
You addressed your comments really to Brian, and so Brian, if you're ready to answer, I will talk later. But I do have some comments.
No, go ahead, Pat.
Well, Anna, I will tell you, I've done a lot of work with other commissions because of my involvement with the Beautification Council and with the Keep Michigan Beautiful. And one of the things I've noticed about almost all the dog parks I've seen is they do not have grass. They may have some small grassy areas. They also do not have much in the way of plantings. They have a lot of gravel, and then they have dirt paths. They don't have, for the very reasons of concern over those things dying out, because dogs are going to urinate and whatnot in those areas. So I'm not sure, based on what you said, if you expect this dog park to have a full grassy area. I don't know enough about this particular dog park to know that it will, but I know from the experience of a number of other communities that does not work.
Yes, I understand what you're saying, and that is typical for a successful dog park. We need to have the gravel. We need to have some sort of turf, especially in Patterson Park, where they're proposing to put the dog park is by the rink, where we already have drainage issues. We do have a drain, but it still gets wet and soggy there. But because Backers Landscaping is not a dog park designer, and because they're donating the materials and the time, they really don't have an incentive to make it a high quality park. Now, we had in 2015 Sue Grissom with Grissom Associates, who designed an exquisite dog park for both small and large dogs inside Patterson Park. And the price tag on that was $400,000 and upwards of $450,000 if we wanted a warming station. So that is the difference between a quality dog park, like what you had stated, versus a low-end dog park, which Backers is proposing and that Nick and Chad have agreed to, which is why I would really like to have Brian and also some encouragement from other residents to say, hey, look, let's put this on hold. Let's put a dog park proposal inside the master plan so we do it right the first time and it's successful and sustainable. The dog park that Sue Grissom had designed for Grosse Pointe Farms is absolutely exquisite. And that's behind the lot of Joanne Fabrics. That cost over $300,000. So when we look at the cost and we look at what we, as residents in Grosse Pointe Park, expect from our city, we've really, I think, got to step up, which is why I'm really hoping that Brian can. I don't want, Brian, you to meddle into the project, but I do think your expertise is valued and it is respected here in Grosse Pointe Park.
Well, hi, Anna, how are you doing? The Beautification Commission really has very little, or really nothing to do with the dog park. We're an advisory committee, and if we're asked, we will advise and perhaps offer suggestions. As far as me and the dog park, I know very little about it. I was asked to a preliminary walkthrough months ago, might have been over a year ago, and there were some diseased ash trees on the site that they plan to have the dog park, and there were also some diseased crabapple trees that were they were removed by Backer, but I'm not directly working with that dog park. I didn't work with Backer at all. I know Sue Grissom. I respect Sue Grissom. That dog park that you referred to behind Joanne Fabrics, that's a very large dog park, though. This is small in comparison, I believe. But I really don't know, Anna. I don't know much about it, but I'll be happy to contribute anything I can.
Hey, Anna, this is Vikas. If I can jump in real quick. I think maybe the best thing to do is to email Nick and Chad and copy Brian on there and let them know your thoughts about adding Brian's advice into this whole project. Brian, would you mind sharing your email address so Anna can write that down?
I have it. We've had a lot of correspondence in the past.
Perfect.
Thank you. But yeah,
Perfect, yeah.
I do think that it's important that because Brian, your expertise goes into Patterson Park. You know which trees are diseased. You know the cost of having to resod 1/2 acre, because yes, it is proposed that it's all grass and no gravel. And so we will have to resod. We will have to replace the shrubs around it. And as a beautification committee, I think it is very important that this commission and these members get involved in what is the design of this project moving forward once the ground thaws in early spring. Backers is planning on putting up a dog fence, and they're planning on going forward with this project. But I think if we have enough voices that say, this is what we expect from our community, and we're not going to settle for a low-end dog park inside of our beautiful park. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anna. I appreciate that. Are there any other any other public comments? Barring no other public comments, we will move on to publicity. Brian, you had some information about the park communicator. It is very, very tentative, of course, but
right.
You want to share that?
Nothing is etched in stone right now, but they really want to have a summer issue, which means an issue would be distributed May 1st. So if anything we want in the issue, usually that's would be April 10th would be the deadline. So the last issue we had was a year ago, the spring issue.
Oh.
And this summer issue, I know Nick really wants to have a summer issue. I talked to Chris, who works at Parks and Rec, who basically is the editor. I know we talked to Mary Beth as well. but they really want to get a summer issue out there, which would be distributed in May. So anything that we want, it's going to be an abbreviated issue as well. I looked back at this last year's issue and the years before that. Usually that's a big issue. There'd be 12 pages in it. But more than half of that is Parks and Rec related. You know what I mean? About activities, but there are no activities going on. But they're talking about a 4-page communicator. I think we could have a 6-page communicator because we have a lot of pent up information. We could fill a 6-page communicator with half of that at least. And Vikas, maybe you probably know more than me.
Yeah. If I can add on to that. So I did bring it up, the passion that the Beautification Committee has for the communicator, and said, we have enough content to fill a whole communicator ourselves, as we discussed last meeting. I know there's a bunch of great ideas for content and we can add to that. So Nick did mention that it's time to start sending him content. I don't know if we want to have a point person or 2 point people on the commission that everything gets funneled through to Nick and then just, copy everyone as things get added in. But yeah, they are going to have a communicator. From what I understood, it's a done deal. The date still hasn't been determined though, as you were saying, Brian, hopefully in May. So I think it's a good discussion to have now if we want to see what topics we'd want to advertise and share content on. I know Pat had a bunch of great ideas on that. So if you guys are up for a discussion on what we should send over there, as well as who could be point people, I think that might be a good use of time.
Well, I guess the question is maybe how far back do we go? So we've gone a year now without putting any of the commission. What did we miss? Arbor Day?
We missed Arbor Day. We missed the holiday awards. We missed the beautification awards.
Yep. So those all should go in for sure, right? I think we all agree on that.
I think so.
No tree sale information.
Tree sale.
And any dates we have for this year's sales and plan exchange, if those are set.
The banner, perennial.
And I think also a heads up that, the beautification awards are going to start, make your gardens beautiful between June and early July.
Yep.
Looking for your commissioners out there.
And because in the past, we've been asked to submit the information to Mary Beth Hathaway. Now, this is very new to submit it to Nick Seisland.
Yeah, Nick. So Nick is a city manager. Mary Beth reports to him. I think we could do both. I don't think it would harm us to send it to Mary Beth and copy Nick. I know Nick is ultimate right now from what we talked about on Monday at City Council. So I think for safe, what I can do is I can copy all of us and email Nick and say what's the process he wants to use to confirm that.
Yeah.
To make it. It should go to whoever's editing. I don't want to add anything else to Nick's plate as far as
well,
this,
the other thing. Brian just said Chris Delmege is actually the editor.
So Chris, I didn't know about that.
We need to know who we should go to.
Yeah, I can find that out for sure. I'll be able to find that out within maybe this hour. I just texted Nick as well, and I spoke to him earlier today. So we have an open line of communication. So I'll find out how he wants to proceed, and I'll share back with everybody.
Okay.
Thanks, Vikas. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, let's keep talking about what else we can put in there.
We can make articles.
Well, I definitely photographs of our beautification award winners, the Centennial Award winners, photographs of them. I think that's a big deal.
And
I think a write-up about the Centennial Award as well.
Yeah.
And I did submit the holiday awards article just today because I've been not on top of it. But anyway, I submitted it, and I would tell you, Brad, your pictures were just outstanding. I told them we have some outstanding pictures if they would like to use any pictures. I'm sure if they're doing an abbreviated edition, they may not even want pictures. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet they wouldn't take all those pictures. I mean, there's just so much, and probably colored ink is more expensive and all that stuff. And it really, black and white just wouldn't even do it justice.
Well, one nice picture will be satisfied
Like
with.
you could do one good one would be nice for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Centennial Awards, as they mentioned, maybe there was 3 of those, maybe all 3 of those.
Yeah.
And then maybe a link. Maybe we send a link to the website on the city page, saying all the other pictures are up there.
Kind of a little off topic. Do we have a finalized slideshow that we can share?
We were just going to talk about that in old business.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, that's
Be-
old business.
Before we move on, I'm sorry, Brian, what was the date that the deadline is? Did you say April 1st?
April 10th.
April 10th?
Correct.
Thank you.
And of course, the tree sale, well, I was going to talk about that under forestry report, but I might as well talk about it now because we missed the spring issue of the communicator. And that's the issue that traditionally we've always had, the tree sale, the commission's tree sale that we've done for 30 years. It takes up the entire back page. So that's the whole page right there.
Oh, yeah.
Also, what we need to include in this May issue is a banner, I call it a banner, that takes up maybe a fifth of the page, advertising the spring flower exchange.
We have a lot.
Me
Yeah, we
too.
have a lot.
I feel like 2 pages might not even be enough for.
No, it won't
Yeah.
be. But what I feel is, you know, they don't make, nobody's making money on showing awards, you know, beautification awards. So the other stuff that traditionally was in the communicator were classes that, you know, generate income. So in producing a communicator that's not generating any income and it's actually costing money, you know, I don't know. I don't know how that works. I didn't talk to anybody about that. That's my personal opinion. And,
Yeah, we talked about it at council a little bit and the importance of it. This is the only document that goes to every house in the park. So whether or not you're on the internet or can get to Zoom meetings or get to City Hall, this goes to every house. So it's quite important for us as a city to continue it. And obviously, like we all know, half of it was classes and activities at the park. But we all agreed on council that it's important to continue this tradition and get to every resident. So I know the mayor does an update in there. Brian, I thought you used to do an arborist update as well. I think this is a good opportunity to share any info you want to for the year and, you know, not advertise, but let everyone know that you're available for their support as well with any questions they have. And then I'm thinking, I think we're going to reach out to the garden, the community garden group that I was a part of as well, to just share some updates on that and see if we're going to do it again with Detroit of Bloom. So there's a lot of things that can go in here, but I've been taking notes. So if there's any other thing we want to add, please. And I'm sure the secretary is taking notes too, but I can add to those. So, and like you said, we're over 2 pages already for sure, which is good.
For sure.
Yeah,
That is
people
great.
need to.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And Anna is raising her hand if she wants to.
Anna, did you have input to that?
Yes, am I muted?
We can hear you.
Get hand up, so if you want.
Thank you. When it comes to the communicator, I read that, and probably everybody in Grosse Pointe Park does as well. I would suggest adding the information about the dog park that's going inside Patterson Park, just as a way to inform all of our residents, because the vote in September of 2019 was rushed through, and there's a lot of folks in Grosse Pointe Park who aren't aware that this project is moving forward. If we had a few lines about that, I think that'd be very helpful.
I don't mean to interrupt you, and I think that's a good email you can send to me at City Council along with everyone on City Council, because I think the update for the dog park should go in the communicator as well. I agree. So if you can email that to all of us on City Council, I think that's a good first step on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, any other comments about the communicator? Okay, we're going to move on to new business. Pat, I'm going to ask you to kind of give an overview of the Arbor poster contest for our new commissioners. I gave them a little bit of background on it, but I figured the person who is really in charge of it should really deliver much better than I would.
Thank you. You know, one of the things that makes us a Tree City USA is that we do celebrate Arbor Week, and Brian can fill you in on all the requirements to be named a Tree City USA, but that is one of the requirements. So for the past about 35 years, we have been doing an Arbor Week poster contest among 4th graders in the Grosse Pointe Park schools, and included in those schools is Mayor School, because half of the population there is from Park residents. And of course, now that Trombley is closed, we have fewer schools participating, but this is extended to Defer and Mayor, St. Clair de Montefalco, and yeah, I guess that's it now. Anyway, the kids are given actual blank posters with the information on a banner headline on the poster about Arbor Week, and they are encouraged to prepare a poster which shows a celebration of the value of trees. And then we as a commission will collect all those posters and award a winner and some runners up. And the posters are displayed throughout City Hall and in the Grosse Pointe Park business community during Arbor Week, which is the last week, full week of April. And yeah, we actually give the winner a monetary prize. And we used to also plant a tree at the school, but that has become really too difficult to do anymore because the schools seem to have plenty of trees on their property already. But anyway, it's a lovely contest. We've done it for years. The kids enjoy it. We have a high rate of participation among all the fourth grade classes, and the school principals and teachers have been very supportive. And it's just a great way for kids to learn about the value and benefits of trees. Matt, Brian, did you want to add anything to what I've said?
No. Well stated.
Do you guys have any questions, Carolyn or Nicholas? Do
No,
you
I
ever remember
don't
seeing
have any.
posters?
Yes, my daughter actually made one when she was at Trombley, so I remember like the kids doing it.
Yeah. I've seen them downtown or in the business district.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's really nice. It's a nice way to involve the merchants, and it's really a feel-good kind of a project. So it works well in the community.
Mhm. It's wonderful.
You want to
Last year, did we, this is how bad my memory is from COVID. Did we end up doing our judging online or?
Yes.
Yes, we
Yeah,
did.
thought we did. Okay.
That's
So,
how we handled it during the pandemic.
right. So
And we may
TBD,
have to do it. I hope not. But
TBD on how we're going to be able to handle that. But we may actually also be able to do a slideshow for the website, you know, for all the posters as well. It's great to post them in all the different area businesses, and I think we should still do that. But I still like the idea of actually doing a slideshow for those as well.
mm-hmm. Yep, all those are you know, ways that we can allow the contest to continue in somewhat of a different fashion. And it last year we had the kids put them in the front window of their house because we weren't feeling comfortable with collecting all the posters and putting them up in the businesses. So we'll see what the situation looks like with the COVID virus when we get into April.
Well, Pat, as you talk to the schools, if you can let us know how we can support you, what you need from us to help that effort go forward, that would be great.
Sure.
Okay. Any other questions about Arbor Week, Arbor Day poster contest? Okay, then we move on to Spring Plant Exchange. I heard a little rumor we have a new chair since Dee has unfortunately left us. Is that true, Alicia?
It is true.
Yay.
Yes.
Yay.
Yes. I have been in charge for what, 29 hours now.
Woo!
Yay.
It has not gone to my head yet. So, yeah.
Fantastic.
My head's empty. So
well, don't worry, lots to fill. Lots to fill.
yes.
Thank you. And congratulations. Yeah.
We do have a date. Is that Lisa, is that date for certain?
May 8th.
May 8th. Is that?
Yep.
Is it for certain?
The second weekend, the second Saturday of May.
Yes, May 8th.
Yeah, May 8th.
Whoa, wait. No, it's not.
It's not.
Well, it depends. If we're, I mean, not if we're doing it live in person. We do not have the second Saturday in May at Tompkins Center. They unfortunately had a wedding that had to be rebooked from 2020 that slipped in before us. I have expressed my displeasure about them not rebooking all of our dates automatically as they should. So we've had a discussion between Chris and Chad and I. This has happened in the past and it's unfortunate it's happening again. But I think we've got it set going forward, but unfortunately this year we can't do anything about it. So it would be the 8th, not the 15th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we want. Well, we know.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so May 8th, not the 15th. But in the future, it's usually supposed to be the 3rd Saturday. And I think Chad's committed to making sure that happens. I mean, you know, fingers crossed. I think that's been said in the past. So we'll try and jump on that a little faster, earlier, before the end of the year to schedule the next dates. But I think with COVID, it also complicated things dramatically. They wanted to be very accommodating to people who, you know, had disappointments in 2020. So I mean, I think it's conducive for us to be gracious as well. So May 8th is the date. That one is set in stone.
Okay. Perfect.
By the way, I'm admiring the plants behind Nicholas. So I think he would be a good person to work with you.
I would love to. Which one are you admiring? This one?
Oh, they're all
That
great.
one?
Look at that.
Wow. Wow.
Those are real, right? It's not some kind of cat filter.
No, it's real.
They do look great.
Is there?
Well, I'll have, I'm going to receive these information from Brian in the next few days. I'll look through it. I'll kind of put something together and hopefully we'll have more to discuss at the next meeting. I mean, right now there's so much up in the air in terms of what we could do indoors or outdoors, you know, we usually have a children's craft. And so we'll just, we'll talk about it in March. How's that?
Okay.
Is that waiting too long?
No. And
Okay, great.
I'm talking to Armin about them. We've got all the, I've got all of the information from Dee. I got her contact list. So we have a group of regular gardeners that come and they bring plants. So I did make sure that we have that. And I'll give you, it's really not a difficult event to run. I think the majority of it is the promotion. We have it in the communicator. We'll put it on the page.
Hopefully that timing will be close for the communicator if it's going out maybe May 1st.
Yeah.
But we'll have to be creative.
We'll do. Brian,
it'll be good.
Banner. He has a banner. You'll have to get a new banner.
Right, Alicia. So I usually hang a banner a month before the event. Right now our present banner says third week of May, third Saturday of May, but it's kind of tattered anyways. So it's not expensive. I'll have a brand new one made and to advertise it for, I don't know, I have to think about it, but maybe the second Saturday of May, but maybe I don't want to say that.
I know, because we're all like, if it's a problem, we have to buy a new banner.
I'll figure it out.
What if you do one of those things where you change the date?
Right.
May blank date.
Always May.
Right.
Yeah. We will also promote it on the Beautification Council website we've done that in the past and we will do it again.
Yeah.
And Alicia, we'll give you an electric version of last year's flyer. And if you want to change it at all, just let me know that I can take care of printing all those. We have flyers that we usually put out at City Hall and at the library. Of course, City Hall closed right now, but.
Perfect.
And the library, so. maybe not by then though.
Yeah, we can push it on Facebook
Well,
too, through the city
Yes.
page as well as
Yeah,
the
we'll have a
picnic
few
page.
challenges, but I'm optimistic that we'll put something nice together. I think people will be glad to get out and do this.
I do too. I want to. I'll give you this. I have some sign-up sheets from past. I think this is from 2019 and I think we have one from 2018. Some of them, people who came and attended our previous exchanges. Some only have an address, but I was thinking about even sending out a little postcard, letting our previous attendees know that we were up and running this year. So.
Perfect.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you for taking this on, Alicia. I appreciate it. I'm sure you'll have a few volunteers to help you. And as we all kind of
that'll
know,
be good.
as much as possible, this is sort of an all hands on deck thing. So the morning of the 8th, pencil that in already. We'll all be at the Tompkins Center, hopefully, to help out.
Did we the time? Did you tell the time?
No, that's right. I want to confirm what time the annual flower exchange is going to be, because in the past we had different times on the website, Facebook, and the banner. So is it at 12? Is it? I don't care, but just let me know.
9:30 to 11:30.
Yeah, 9:30 to 11:30 is right.
Yeah,
This is for the banner. So 9:30 to 11:30. Okay.
yeah. Most people are gone by 11:30 or by 11 o'clock, remember?
Yeah, I know.
And we're there early because we do have the early birds that come in. I usually get there around 8:30-ish. And it only takes 20 minutes really to get it all set up.
Perfect. Okay. So pencil it in early morning on the 8th. Brian, do you have a forestry report?
Yes. So we talked about the communicator, that there was no spring communicator, which usually had this tree sale information on the back page. So I would still like to do a tree sale. It'll just be later this year. It would be in the summer issue back page. I talked to Chad Craig and Chris, who, that's from Parks and Rec. And I'm saying that the new people, they would put it on the back page as they traditionally have, the order form, but it would come out May 1st instead of February 1st. So that means the trees would be distributed in the month of June, because the deadline would be the end of May. So for the benefit of the new people, the commission has, ever since I've worked here, sponsored a tree sale, smaller trees that are inexpensive. They're subsidized, basically. We get a deal because of economy of scale, and the city doesn't pay sales tax. And we have a good relationship with this nursery that we buy these containerized trees, small enough so one person can carry them. And the idea is to encourage planting trees on private property, because of course the city does not plant on private property. And it's been very successful in the past. So if everybody's in agreement, I would like to have it, but instead of hovering around Arbor Day, which was traditional, would have it in June. And what I was going to do is order an additional tree. And what I would like to do is have the commission meet perhaps on our June meeting, when we usually meet at the warming center at 3 Mile Park. And before the meeting, or maybe after, we could plant a tree. I've been talking to Chad Craig, and they want a tree. And I want to plant a tree that we don't have at 3 Mile Park, because last time I did a tree inventory down there, we have 97 different types of trees at 3 Mile Park, which is also known as Patterson Park. And the big reason for that is a former Beautification Commission member, Jerry Abbs, was very fond of unusual trees. And I was thinking a katsura tree, which I'm very fond of. And as far as I know, I know there's that one at 3 Mile Park. If that's a large growing tree though, very unusual, beautiful tree. But if Chad doesn't want a large tree, a smaller ornamental, I was thinking of a crepe myrtle, which we don't have one at 3 Mile, which is out of the hardiness zone, but we're in kind of a sub-climate here in Grosse Pointe Park. We're in hardiness zone 6B, and it just might survive. I planted one 2 years ago for a resident as a special request at the corner of Devonshire and Verner, I think, and it survived last winter. So I thought that would be fun. It would be a good photo opportunity at our meeting in June, if we have it at the park, to plant a small tree wherever Chad wants it. We could take pictures with the National Arbor Day Foundation Tree City USA banner behind us, and also our Beautification Commission banner. And that satisfies one of the criteria needed to fulfill Tree City USA. You have to celebrate Arbor Day. And even though it's not Arbor Day, because of the coronavirus, I talked to the state forester, and they're being very lenient as far as like when you celebrate Arbor Day.
That's fantastic.
Love it.
I'm already excited for good weather.
Me too. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Very abs.
Any questions for Brian?
Brian, I have a question for Brian. Hey, Brian Sarman. What was the name of the former commissioner that loved trees so much? And then could you spell his name as well as the kind of tree you just mentioned?
Sure. Jerry Abbs, ABBS.
And the Arboretum is named Jerome Abbs Arboretum.
Okay, and what kind of tree?
Well, the two trees that I am proposing, if they want a large tree down at the park, a katsura, Katsura, or a crepe myrtle, CRAPEMY. Okay.
Is it crepe? C-R-A-P?
Well, it's spelled both ways.
Oh.
How is it?
A katsura, got it.
CRAP?
CRAPE, then myrtle, MYRTLE. And the beautiful thing about a crepe myrtle is the one that I planted 2 years ago. I just love driving by there because it's beautiful flowers, and it keeps the flowers all summer for months.
And you put that on Devonshire, you put one where?
You know, Brad, it's a corner house. I think it's Verner and Devonshire, but I'll confirm, I'll verify it tomorrow, and I can email you the address.
I want to check it out.
Yeah.
Awesome. Any other questions of Brian? Agreed, Armin. Armin said it's nice to remember former commissioner members and city history. I totally agree. Thanks. Okay, moving on to old business. Holiday awards. I know that Pat, you and Barb got all the certificates out. Do you know why I know this? And maybe I should have said this in correspondence or publicity, but at least 2 people posted their awards on Facebook. They were very, very proud.
And this is what they look like.
Oh, very nice.
We sent out 96.
Wow.
And
wow.
I want you to know Anne was also very helpful in getting the job done.
Thank you, Anne. That's wonderful. What a team.
You're welcome.
Well, I think it goes a long way. People
I'd
were
like to
obviously
add
very
that
proud.
Anne was a great help with this.
The funniest thing about both of the comments, both of them managed to say in their thing, it's a major award, like from the Christmas story. I found that kind of hilarious. I didn't include the beautification awards, but we should probably touch on that quickly because I know that Shelley is wrapping up the PowerPoint that we're going to put on the website. I don't know if you want to comment about that, Shelley. We're almost ready to launch.
I am just waiting for 2 things and then I will be totally done.
Awesome. Thanks for putting that together, Shelley. I'm excited to see that post on the website and then hopefully our Facebook page as well.
It's my pleasure.
I feel like even when we do hopefully have a normal awards program, that would be kind of nice to be able to do that in the future as well. I don't know if everyone kind of agrees with that, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I agree.
Any questions or comments about the beautification awards? Any additional old business or questions or comments? Vikas.
Thank you, Kim. I want to just follow up on our, I don't want to call it Kids Club, but our Young Beautification Commissioners initiative. Brad, Armin, and I are going to be meeting on Saturday to try to take some of the ideas that we've heard from all of you. If you have any more, feel free to email me or email the group. There's no reason to just email to me. We can keep that as a group email on anything we want to install in here. Our next meeting is March 3rd. We'll have a good update for you then. In person or via Zoom, but we'll also send you email updates as well. I think we want to reach out to Pierce PTO first. I have a good connection with them. Defer and Mayor would be next, but I think we want to get the bugs out with a little bit older, and then the younger kids we could actually do like a craft if they're interested in and things like that. But I know you guys all have really good ideas, so I'm looking forward to hearing some of those again.
And I wanted to open that up in case Carolyn or Nicholas want to participate in your committee.
Yeah.
They could probably just email you directly, maybe.
Yeah, I think I want to volunteer Carolyn for sure.
I think I can, since I have a small, well, she's not that small, but
she's not that small.
I'm used to kids, and it is some things that I learned in my floral classes that kids could do. Like
that's really cool. I mean, just little projects that they can do. All these, so we got to remember that if we can help our community deal with the kids being at home and not being in school, obviously they're supposed to be going back to school March 1st and March 15th for the middle school. But anything they can do at home, if we can create little kits and things like that, like Carolyn just mentioned, I think that's kind of cool. Because that'd be great if kids could learn how to do a floral arrangement with fake flowers, buying that foam. I used to do that with my mom at Minnesota Fabrics, but it's just things like that. So keep that in mind. We're open to anything. There's no tunnel vision here. We're open to any kind of idea that has to do with beautification. So I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks. Oh, and then I just want to follow up on the communicator. Nick texted me back. He said to email himself, Chris, or Mary Beth. So I think we have Mary Beth's email if you want to keep continuing that. I can send Nick's and Chris's email addresses to everyone as well. And then we can start adding content to that. And the notes I have here is we have Arbor Day, which is a very big event with us. We should have a write-up of that, like a paragraph. We could have just took what Pat said and put it into text and wrote it because that was pretty great. It inspires us to be better on that as well. The spring plant exchange, a write-up on that, a paragraph. I know you guys do this every year. And then the tree sale, a write-up on that as well. And then the arborist. So we have a lot of content already. So just keep that in mind. We can send them everything. They have the right to deny anything, but the more we have, the better it is.
The tree sale would be its own back page, right, Brian?
Yeah, but there's history to that too. Like the first thing Brian said is we've been doing this for how many years now? We want to integrate it into Arbor Day, things like that. It's pretty important to know why, the whys. And especially if we're going to have kids involved too, they're going to ask these questions too. So the history is fantastic of what you guys have done for the last 30 some years. Thanks. You're muted, Kim. You're still muted.
It's all the activity going on in my house. I'm trying to save you all from it. Sorry about that. Okay, thank you very much, Vikas. And there's a question in the chat about all of our email addresses being published. I don't think the commissioner's full list is published, but I know Vikas's email address is readily accessible through the council. But if you would like to communicate with anybody on the board, I'm happy to give you my email address and then I can forward from there. It's ClextonMom, ClextonMom @yahoo.com. So you can email me at any point and I can forward on to anyone you need to on the commission. And if they choose to email directly from there, it is kind of a privacy issue to expose everyone's email addresses online, I think, but I'm happy to take any emails and make sure they get to who they need to be.
And you've got your, they can always email you too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure yours is online as well, Brian, right?
Yep.
All right. Does anyone else have any questions or comments? If not, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I will make a motion to adjourn.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? We are formally adjourned at 8:07. We have our next meeting coming up at March 3rd. I will make sure the agenda is posted online and that all the commissioners get the agenda as well in due time. If you have anything or any questions, please feel free to let me know. Everyone have a great night.
Adios.
Hi,
Pat,
everybody.
Pat, this is Shelley. Can I call you right now?
Shelley?
Yes, can I call you?
Sure.
Okay, just want to let you know that that'll be me calling the phone.
Take care.
Okay.
All right.
Meeting, Kim.
Thank
All right.
you.
Yeah,
Good
great
night.
job, Kim. Great job,
Thank
Kim.
you.
Bye,
Thank
everybody.
you. Nice seeing
Bye.
you.
Bye.